Hi there, welcome to Game Changers. Thanks for tuning in today. Today's guest is Ryan Smith. He's a former pro rugby player, the CEO and co-founder of 360 EEC. Let's jump right into today's episode. We're talking about high performance leadership. Welcome to Game Changers, where winning isn't just about score. It's about invaluable lessons learned along the way. Join me, Robin Finley, as we delve into the parallels between sports and business. Remember, we never lose. We either win or we learn. All right, Ryan, thanks for being here today. Today we're going to talk about leadership skills. Let's jump right into it. First question, what are your strategies for building teams and culture?
So I think there's probably two components to that, Robin. It's first and foremost, you want to look at who the people are, which is quite easy to say and hard to do. And then the second component would be to be really purposeful about what your culture is. And we've talked about this previously, but something we believe really strongly at in our organization is road mapping multiple components of your business, and in particular, road mapping what your culture looks like. So first and foremost, with the people side, you want to find people that represent the qualities that you represent as an organization, and then you want to find the people that have the entrepreneurial mindset behind them, and then you want to train them into the types of skill sets that you need inside of your organization or your business or your not-for-profit. And then when I talk about road mapping culture, what we think about there is being really diligent about defining the items that matter to you the most, and then reinforcing them in ways that people can feel and touch and action in every single day inside of the organization. There's lots of little examples that you could point to, and that's a little bit more than just the purpose and mission statement that you see traditionally in businesses, but it's maybe a conversation around how those things translate into people's day-to-day actions. And I think that's one of the more impactful things that we can think about inside of how we in our business, and how personally I think about defining culture and organizing people to really drive home a culture that is high performance.
I really love how you talked about entrepreneurial nature and finding those type of people. I mean, they can really own the business and the aspect of the business that you have them involved in. So yeah, on to our next question. You know, what are three of the biggest leadership lessons you have to pass on?
I don't know if I have three, but I have two for sure. What I would say is there's lots out there, and there's lots of cliches out there as well, but something that I truly personally believe in is that as a leader you should find what you are authentically, what it is that represents you as a leader, and deliver that on every single instance that you can. It's again, it's easy to say, it's really hard to do, to find out what really drives you, what motivates you. But as a leader, you have to identify that early in your journey and then be really consistent about delivering it. So the second point is exactly that, it's consistency. So maybe it's boring to be down the middle of the fairway in a golf analogy, but I think as a leader, one thing you can do that really supports driving home high performance, which is something we believe in quite strongly, is just being consistent about how you approach problems. And that can be a consistent approach that's at a really high level. It can be a consistent approach to due diligence. It can be a consistent approach to how you engage with people on a cultural basis, but just being authentic and being consistent, those two things combined together, they present a really strong leadership platform.
Well, we're going to talk more about sports in some of our other episodes, but as you know, like sports is all about consistency. You know, I always used to say that if I was consistent, I'd be getting paid to stop pucks, but I'm not, right? So that's always the other thing. And we always talk about also talk a lot about successes, but everyone has some failures, and we know that you learn from failures as well. So what's one of your biggest leadership fails, if you don't mind sharing that?
So there's a lot of them. This is the problem.
Sure, there you
we
go.
Can just keep going through them all. One of the things that's been revelatory to me inside of this leadership journey is that everybody, I believe, has the ability to change, but not everybody wants to change. So you can't take a person that doesn't want to achieve a certain thing and put them in that position, because it's a recipe for disaster. So what you have to do inside of your leadership journey is find the people that also desire change and also desire to achieve things that are aligned with your common goals as an organization or your common goals as a leader, and really put them in that position for success. So, you know, if you want to invert that into what is the fail, it's not recognizing that not everybody shares the same belief as you. And I've done that lots of occasions. So
yeah, that's super important, right? Because
yeah.
Sometimes you learn more from things that someone's done wrong or something else. So yeah, being able to recognize that I think is really key. Well, thumbnail for this one's going to be high performance leadership. So what does high performance leadership mean to you?
That's a really good one. High performance is easy to say and hard to do. What it is, in my opinion, is that it's something that separates one from the crowd. It separates or elevates you to a status where people can clearly recognize, whether through action or through what they see in your day-to-day operations, that you perform at a level that is different than others. And if you want to take the sporting example, you look at professional sports, there's a perfect example of high performance. In business, maybe it's harder to tell sometimes between organizational dynamics, but high performance is clearly that. It's the separation of one's actions in the day-to-day to a status or level that is above those of other people.
It's a great answer. I love that. Well, thanks. This is our first episode. Thanks so much for being here today, Ryan. Tell everybody where they can get a hold of you.
I'm most easily found on LinkedIn or on the website that represents our business. That's 360 Engineering and Environmental Consulting. The website is www.360eec.com.
Fantastic. Thank you. As we wrap another empowering episode of Game Changers, join me, Robin Finley, next time as we continue to unlock the secrets of success through sports and business. Remember, whether you win or learn, every moment is an opportunity.